What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about the top 5 EV stocks based on their quantitative data. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with stock number 5, we have ticker LI, so Li Auto, sitting at 2280 over the last 1 year, down 15.5%, and then over the last 1 month, down 4.81%. So consolidating a little bit, but under this section right here, so the quantitative data, it does have a hold rating of 2.68. And so over the last year, it's kind of bounced between hold and buy and whatever else, but some factors that do make up that 2.68 rating. You have valuation, so that's currently a C+, growth is a D, profitability is a B+, momentum C, revisions is a D+. So revisions largely comes from analysts, and again, you can kind of extend this a little bit further. I'm not really going to go into all of this fully, only because that would make this like a hour-long video. But for instance, under the valuation section, you have kind of what they determine as means versus the kind of how it factors into the broader sector. So at the end of the day, if you would like to see a deeper dive, longer type of video, let me know in the comments below. One thing as well I will add to this video is the short interest. Not because these stocks are kind of short squeeze plays or anything, but just so you can kind of have that as a additional benchmark. So Li Auto, currently 4% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 21.04 million shares. So shorts have actually returned quite a lot, went from about 7% short interest to where it is now. So that went from about March 2025 to again the present. So this is stock number 5. Moving on to stock number 4, you have RIVN, sitting at 1280. Over the last 1 year, it is up 24.76%, and then over the last 1 month, it is down 7.51%. So consolidating a little bit. One thing as well to take note of is that there's a lot of good information here, so feel free again to pause it and go through it. But the quantitative data, 2.68, so very close to Li. But the valuation is a D-, growth is a B, profitability D-, momentum C+, and then revisions is a D+. So largely it didn't really have all that much. So it was pretty much this whole year it's been constantly a hold, and it's kind of bounced back and forth. So you can kind of see the profitability has been F, growth has been a B- in some cases. So of course it factors in momentum with the stock price and everything, and I'm not going to go into depth for all of this, but you can kind of even see just the 3 months ago as well as 6 months ago and how that's really progressed or kind of broken down a little bit. And in Rivian's case, 20.69% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 164.17 million shares overall being shorted. So Rivian is stock number 4. Moving on to stock number 3, you have XPEV, ticker XPEV, sitting at 2102. Over the last 1 year, up 66.03%, and then over the last 1 month, it is still in the green, up 4.37%, as well factoring in that it went down about 8.25% on Friday. So kind of a crazy day. Their quantitative rating is 3.29, and so the breakdown is valuation is a D-, growth is a A+, profitability D-, momentum A+, and revisions is a B. So largely for most of 2025, it's been under the hold, but at times it's actually been a strong buy or as a buy. So that was more in the first half of the year, or I guess the first quarter. Still though, the stock price has been doing fairly well, holding its own, and it does have a hold rating currently. Moving over to shorts, 5.91% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 38.7 million shares overall are being shorted. So XPEV is stock number 3. Moving on to stock number 2, you do have good old Tesla sitting at 413 and change. Over the last 1 year, it is up 73.1%, and then over the last 1 month, it is up 18.91%. So doing fairly well. They also did hit phenomenal numbers in Q3 for production and delivery. Aside from that though, you do have the quantitative data sitting at 3.34. So kind of looking at this, you have the valuation valuation as a F. This is something that a lot of people really argue that Tesla is just extremely overvalued. That does kind of match that. And given that this is an F, I'll give you a quick overview so you can kind of pause this and go through it if you're more into kind of data and so forth. But growth is a C+, profitability A+, because of course Tesla is quite profitable. Momentum is a, and then revisions is a C-. Quickly popping over here, so shorts, about 2.73% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 76.8 million shares overall are being shorted. One thing to take note of though is cost to borrow minimum is negative with Tesla. So interestingly enough, you see some brokers paying people to short Tesla, but I think generally the cost to borrow is extremely low, but still this stock isn't a squeeze play. And then moving on to number 1, you have NIO. So currently sitting at 671 over the last 1 year, it is up 7.88%. Then over the last 1 month, up 18.24%. Friday, it did get massacred. It went down 10.05%, extending it a little bit further, even after hours, another 3.43%. So kind of a rough day, but based on the quantitative data, it is kind of the most desired from the fundamentals out there. So the quantitative rating is 3.44, valuation is a C, growth B+, profitability F, momentum A+, and revisions is a B-. Over the last year, it's been constantly under the hold category. So again, something to keep in mind. But despite that though, it's actually doing fairly well recently. Moving over here, for shorts, 12.28% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 169.99 million shares overall are being shorted. And so, again, some of these that I did bring up might be squeeze plays in your mind, but I think the moral of the story is you do need a good surprise catalyst to prompt a squeeze. But the purpose of this video is more linked to the quantitative data, and plus maybe I'll do in the next week another video about Wall Street analysts and their expectations and how that does correlate with the top 5 and so forth. But let me know your thoughts on NIO or just generally the other stocks out there. Do you agree with the quantitative data, or do you think that it's skewed? So what's your general thoughts on that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you are looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Pop over there and check that out. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.